All right. Let's see here. How's it going, everybody? Hope you all having a fantastic day. What we're gonna be doing today is simple. We're just gonna do some online review and gameplay with uh, the Injustice 2 game, and talk about that. But anyways, I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I'm doing pretty good myself. I do have a couple of videos I need to record for next week for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. But that is something I will do after the live stream. But anyways, if you are new to the channel, welcome. What I do is I go over pros and cons of each game that I've played or will play on my channel. For example, we're going over the pros and cons of this game and if this game is worth your time and money. The other thing is I upload 2 times a week and I live stream mostly 4 to 5 times a week. And let's see here. The other thing, the goal for today's video is at least get 5 matches done. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss the pros and cons while I'm streaming, so that way we can get some things done. But anyways, the other thing I want to let y'all know was what was it? Hang on. The other thing I go over. Oh, what's up, Trev? All right, so we're gonna do 8 matches, at least maybe 2 or 3 times with each character that we select, or at least discuss what we thought of the game. Uh, for me, I thought the game was pretty good. Uh, the reason why I like it so much, one, you can, if you're not really good at combat, you can have the game auto level characters up for you. You just have to use the AI loadout, which I know some people will consider that cheating, but it actually helps you when you want to do something else instead of constantly grinding all the time to level up the character. So that's a pro for that one. Second pro for the game is let's see here. I'll say the the shader or color schemes for each character. That's pretty cool as well. So that's another one. Con, I'd say for me was uh, knowing, sorry, not knowing, the buttons not working at times. Based off of like the input, that's a con. Um, I guess Superman being a villain again, that's another one. But those are really the only 2 things that I didn't like about the game. Uh, what would I do to improve the game? Hmm, maybe like have the transitions unlocked in the story mode as well, so that way you can move on into the next level. Because that would have been a cool thing to see. Something similar to what was it, like Injustice 1. That's something I would have changed. Maybe it's just that, and maybe a little bit of the design for Batman's suit, just because it could have been a whole lot better, and some of the capes. But other than that, uh, that's pretty much it. Is game worth your time and money? I would say yes. It is worth your time and money. If you guys are huge Mortal Kombat fans or fighting style game fans, I would highly recommend this game. Uh, if you also like hard games or complex, this is also one of those games that is gonna give you a good challenge. It did for me, and yeah, I'd say it was worth my time and money. So, final verdict for the score, I would say it is. Hmm. 9.7? I just don't want to give like everything a 10 out of 10. But yeah, it is a good game. Highly recommend it. The clashing is also another thing that's good about this game. Um, superheroes are there. Mm, maybe the things I would have added were like a little bit more, a few more superheroes. But again, it'd be a tough choice to choose who to bring in. I mean, maybe Mr. Terrific, see what happened to him in this universe. I think that's about it. Sub-Zero or Batman. Hmm. I think I'm gonna just stick with the current gear. Continue. What were your thoughts of the game, Trev? Oh, Martian Manhunter? Yeah, that would be another good one I'd want to see. Another honorable mention I'd give this game is the dialogue between the characters in the intros when they're just about to fight is a good one too. Better story than the Justice League movie? Oh, for sure. Um, I mean, the only thing that I'd say that was better than Justice League movie was the Snyder Cut version. The Snyder Cut version was 100 times better because it explained everything. Um, like how Superman was. The mustache was better too, though. Sorry, the editing of what's dag damn it, Henry Cavill's face. It wasn't too much CGI where you can tell his lip was covered because he had to do a Mission Impossible movie at the same time of recording the Justice League movie. But yeah, that wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed the Snyder Cut. I think I own it too. It's a really long movie though. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything comic related, uh, feel free to talk about that in the comments section down below. Highly recommend learning more about Batman. Trev and I, we both know a lot about Batman, not just from the comics, but also Batman the Animated Series, the Justice League series, and Batman Beyond. The other thing I forgot to tell y'all was another good one to watch wasn't just the Batman cartoon, but also uh, ooh, like Batman was also featured in a few other shows. Here's the few other shows that he was featured in. For example, with Kevin Conroy as Batman, Static Shock, and what are a few other ones? Static Shock, Superman, the animated series, and I think that's about it. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, those are just a few things that I've learned. Oh, Batman: Brave and the Bold was a good one too. The animated series. Um, just because it was cool to see that growing up as a kid. Um, yeah, those were good series. Uh, the Batman Begins movie with Christian Bale, uh, Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer's Batman movies. Those were good too. Of course, people are gonna say Val Kilmer's Batman stunk, but let's be honest here. Val Kilmer's Batman after Keaton's was the most comic book accurate Bruce Wayne. He did similar things to that of Michael Keaton, but with a few tweaks. He didn't exactly do the whole killing thing like Michael Keaton's did with the incidental killings, but but Val Kilmer's Batman was on point with the comics. It was very comic book accurate. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard not to like his Batman when there's some Batman movies that were so much worse. For example, George Clooney's Batman. Do not recommend watching. The Batman with Pattinson. I'd say there was something that it needed work on. For example, Pattinson really, emphasis on the word really, needed to put on muscle for that. Because Batman is not a skinny twig. That's why it was awesome seeing Christian Bale's Batman have muscle on him and live up to the character. Um, Val Kilmer had the muscle build for it too. Um, Keaton, not so much, but those are the two actors I can think of that really put on muscle for the role. Well, besides Ben Affleck, Ben Affleck's Batman wasn't bad either. It's just if there was more continuity where it stuck to the comics a little, it would have been better, but they did not, unfortunately. Anything else you want to mention, Trev, as well about the game? I will. I'll give you a sec. But yeah, another cool thing about this game is for each player that you have playing in the multiverse for the AI loadout, you actually get to see what their final like uh video is when they face Darkseid. So that's another cool part about this game. Sorry, not Darkseid. What their final story is for after they face Brainiac. That's what I mean, Brainiac, not Darkseid. Of course, Darkseid is featured in the game, but anyways, overall, I like it. It's a good game. Graphics are great. Story is a little repetitive, but it's still good regardless. Um, I'd say it's worth its money. Plus, we see that Oliver and Laurel are together in this one, which is nice. Ooh, dang. If only I had over 1 million, I'd have a gold mother box. When Batman mentioned President Kane in that ending, I think it is a nod to Bob Kane. Oh, I thought it was his cousin, Cassandra. That's why I was. At least that's what I was thinking yesterday when I was leveling up Batman. Because I have at least. Let's see here. Let's look at the customized. Ooh. Customized characters. That's who I thought he meant. But you could. I believe you are right on that one. Huh. No way. It almost looks similar to his Arkham Knight mask. In a way. Oh man, do I need this. The other cool thing is you can transform a gear to look like something else. So if I wanted to, I could get this to look like this one if I wanted to, which it does make it look a lot better than this one. But yeah, I believe you are correct about that, Trev. And if I wanted to, I could have the armor looking like instead of this one, I could have it looking like the Bone Shatter Fists, which is nice. Anyway, I love almost everyone's new design compared to the first game. Uh, I can agree to that most definitely. Um, I just changed maybe a few things. For example, the shoes on Batman's armor, the shoes, shoulder pads, and the capes. Because a lot of the capes are. Mm-mm. But other than that, it's not a bad game. I highly recommend it. The designs are great, like Trev said. Um, but yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button if you guys like cool, laid back uh, content. I live stream 4 times a week. I upload 2 times a week. What we're doing right now is we're just uploading Assassin's Creed Brotherhood next week since I just finished Assassin's Creed Brotherhood this week and sorry, Assassin's Creed 2 this week. and we're gonna work on Brotherhood next. Uh, and then live streaming, we're gonna be live streaming a few more review games, which does mean we'll live stream and review Arkham Asylum. The graphics, don't worry, and that one they will be better. Uh, and a few other ones until I get my Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man game, and a few other ones as well. The reason why I bring that up is because I tried to download uh, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game on my Series X here that I'm playing on, and it did not work. You really need only a 1X in order to download it. Sorry, the Xbox One X, because the console only works for that generation and not the Series X, unfortunately. But let's see here. I did also upgrade. Oh, hang on. We might have to do a little bit of leveling up for. Huh, that's cool. High and mighty. I like the jacket better than the shoulder pads for her. That's just me. That almost looks like her Arkham City design, which I can't wait to play again. Just to review the game for you guys. Level 20, man. Oh, that'd be cool to see. Waller's Jester. Hell on Heels. Mad Love alternate. Huh. Ooh, that's not a bad looking color. Neither is that one. Ooh, there's some nice ones. But yeah, like I said, seeing the character design is way cool. Oh yeah, that is true. I could totally see that because they're because what's her hang on. Harley Quinn is an anti-hero in this game, but in the comics she is a full-on villain. I definitely need to upgrade Poison Ivy here. Huh. Interesting. 24, 26. Huh. Interesting. So that definitely seems more like Poison Ivy's type. But yeah, mainly because I could see that because Harley Quinn is a friend of Black Canary. That's why I see that as what you're saying is true. Sorry about that. Ugh. Brain fart. I just don't like it when that happens. But yeah, like I said, the color schemes for these characters is awesome. It's just it takes a long time to get to level 30 for certain characters. I did max out. Oof. I'm gonna transform that to look like this one because the balanced hardcore mask looks meh. Or that one. That one looks way better. Speaking of Poison Ivy, what skin color you believe she should be? Brown or green? Um, I'd say brown. Yeah, no, 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 no. Retract that. I'd say green, just simply because that's what we've grown up with as kids. Is her having green skin from the movies and comics, so that's what I'm used to, and that's what I'll stick with is green. But What do you think, Trev? I definitely, definitely need to work on uploading this guy. Sorry, not uploading, upgrading him. Ooh, that is a better shader. Damien's Regret, alternate, that's a good one. Ooh, nice. Nightwing's Flight. That one looks pretty cool. Ooh. I say green two. Green two. I wasn't crazy about the brown and night, but it was understandable why they did it. I mean, she looked like a faded green in night to me, mixed with a little bit of brown, but mostly a faded green. So yeah, that's what I think. Let's do this one here. So what we're gonna do is get rid of the grappling combos. We'll do 20. Oh my goodness. All right, that works for me on this one. I guess that's fair enough. I mean, the only reason I could see her getting that brown tint is because she was aging. I mean, if you look at her from uh, Arkham Asylum, she was young and youthful, and then she started to age a little bit more as she got older. For example, case in point would be in City. She didn't look too. She still looked like she was green enough, but then all of a sudden the story started getting darker. So that's why I'd say that it changed over time with that. So but I mean, yeah, I could see your point wanting her to be more green as opposed to brown. Um, all right, Batman we've done. We haven't done Black Canary. There's only a 2 year difference between Asylum and Night, but yes. Oh, interesting. 2 years? Wow. That's right. That is a 2 year difference. Sheesh. Alright, so do I want to upgrade her? No. Gotta go with this one. Alright, we're gonna do a few more things with her. But I'll increase the volume when she faces what's her face? Sorry, not what's her face. What's his face? Brainiac. But yeah, dang, that's crazy. And I definitely need to review uh, review for Batman Arkham Knight, and we'll do a few things of gameplay for that with the story, at least. So that means I have a lot of homework. So I'll see about maybe doing having uh what is it? Having a certain story mission available that we could just play and use for Arkham Knight. But yeah, whew. So anyway, that means between City and Night that was a year difference, or wasn't it? No, that it was an 18-month difference. Yeah, Asylum and City was 18 months, then City and Night was 9 months. That adds up to 2 years and 3 months. Sheesh. Wait a minute, so that means Batman was 41 when he was in an asylum, then 40. Hang on. 42 or 43? Wait a minute, he just turned 42 then in City. That's nuts. Hmm. Dang. Man. But yeah, whoa, those were those were phenomenal games. See, like the cape design, I feel like if they didn't do the whole multiple lines for the capes, it would have been better. If it was just like one solid pattern instead of we have to divide the lining on the suit. Sorry, the cape, not the suit. That's just me. Uh, should I face cam or no? I don't know. But yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't need a face cam right now. Oh, I was talking about for all the characters that wear capes, I would change the cape design instead of it being all divided with lines going in the middle of the back and down to the end. It would be just one solid color and no division line. Because Batman has it. Uh, who else was it? I think here's another one. Batman, Shazam, Raiden, Superman, and whoever else. But there's multiple characters where the capes, if you see them and look closely on the back, there's a little line that divides the middle of the back and the top of the back and the bottom, so it separates. But instead, I just have it one solid color. But yeah, a few. Those are just a few things I changed for the design. Plus, it would have been cool to see some bigger characters besides just Bane in the game. What would have been awesome to see is Killer Croc and let's see, we already have Gorilla Grodd, so that wouldn't make sense to have Manite, wasn't it? The Manite, and then Solivar. So those two wouldn't have made sense to have unless you wanted to change the costume because the fight, like have a cosmetic skin that changes for Solomon Grundy because the fighting style is the same as that. Sorry, not the same, but it is similar to Gorilla Grodd's. But it would have been cool to see some bigger characters besides just Bane and Gorilla Grodd. But again, it happens. You can't fill out like a whole amount of characters like that when it did in the first game. Man, XP. I wish the XP went up to like 1,000 when you're in the lower levels, or 3,000, because then you can level up faster. But at least you don't always have to play the entire thing while it's grinding or putting in the work for you. Dead shot, getting his butt kicked. 3 power moves. Dang, kryptonite. Yeah, I could see him affording kryptonite. And there's proof it was 2 years. Joker's interview tape in Night is Batman talking about the infected. And the first word he said in that tape are 2 years ago I stopped Joker at the asylum. Huh. Joker tape. Man, you talking about that's actual, like there's an actual tape of Batman in the game that says that, or this is just like a comic book that says that? I'm confused. Hang on, I'll look it up. That could work for Darkseid here. Alright, continue. Joker video. Yeah, what? There ain't no way Joker's alive. Oh, and Joker's bio. Okay. I'll have to listen to that in Arkham Knight. It's been a while since I listened to him. I'm gonna have to feature that in the live stream just for an Easter egg mention or something. But it's been a while. Oh, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Someone on a Reddit thought that Joker was still alive in Arkham Knight. I'm thinking that can easily be discredited based off of the opening scene. And even Jim Gordon says himself, or James Gordon, he burnt the evil, quote, bastard himself. Or the evil guy himself, to make it a little more family friendly, saying it that way. That doesn't make any sense where the guy would say, like, oh yeah, Joker's alive. Because Joker is gone. There's no way he's alive. No way. Nope. I think what would have been cool to see in the game is Static Shock having a story or input in the game. just to see what would happen if he faced Brainiac and what his story was. That would have been a cool thing to see as well. Because I know Raiden has one, but it would have been cool to see Static Shock's story. That would have been cool to see in Injustice too. Black Canary wins. Alright, yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. What I go over is some game reviews. What we have done in this live stream is we went over the pros and cons of this game in the first 10 minutes. We've done some gameplay for the first few rounds. And our first round that we did was with Batman for 8 rounds twice. So we're gonna help level up Black Canary a little bit more, and then maybe somebody else afterwards. But anyways, what I do on this channel is I upload 2 times a week, and I live stream mostly 4 to 5 times a week, regularly. So what I'm gonna be uploading next week is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I'm gonna be working on that today, right after this, and once that's done, live streaming, we're gonna be for live streams next week is going to be other previous games that we have played before that I haven't done a game review for. The reason why I explained was that it's because The Amazing Spider-Man 2 does not work on my Xbox Series X, so I can't use it on this one. Unfortunately, it only works on the One X. And we'll just do some game reviews. We'll start off, we could do Batman Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed 2, any game you want, you guys name it, we'll do that. But yeah, those are the things that I do. I go over the pros and cons of each game that I play. It's 2 pros and 2 cons, what the game could do better, and is it worth your time and money. That's pretty much it. And the new games that we're going to be streaming on the channel, there are 2 of them. If there's something else that you guys want to see that has a great story that we can talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. But the 2 that I'm thinking, the 2 games that I will be streaming on the channel are this. One, it is the Lego Batman game that's coming out this May. And the second one is the Wolverine Insomniac game featuring the same actor that was Kalen Marin, or whatever his name was, from Jedi Survivor, I believe it was. No, Fallen Order. Sorry, Jedi Fallen Order. That's what it was. Jedi Fallen Order. And man, was Fallen Order a pain. Yeah, it's a really cool audio tape. Batman recaps the last 2 years, talking about the events of Asylum and City that led to Night. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely need to watch that then. Okay, cast. Terran Malikos. Yeah, that's who it was. Okay, Terran Malikos. That's who's the voice actor for Sorry, yeah, the voice actor for Wolverine in Insomniac's Wolverine game that will be coming out either September or August or September. Because I know in October that's when GTA 6 is reportedly coming out.
I'd have loved to kick back and savor kicking Brainiac's ass, but I had to rush home. I didn't know if Connor had made it out of the invasion okay. Turns out, I didn't need to worry. The crazy stress of Brainiac's attack activated my son's metagene. And if there's one thing you don't want to mess with, it's a scared, pissed-off 3-year-old. With superpowers. Sure, I love that Connor takes after me, but raising him suddenly got a lot more complicated. I'm just glad to have people around that can help me and Ollie figure this whole thing out.
The continuity in this game is on point. I love it. Batman and Laurel having a kid, or Dinah. But I love it. Love, 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 love it. Okay, so we have done upgraded her. Ooh, we got a gold mother box too. Okay, Canary's Cry alternate. Nice. All right. I will see about choosing somebody else for this one. So let's see here. This is really just okay. As much as I want to, that's great. Nothing upgrade that. King's Cry. Ooh, that's not bad, but I like the yellow a lot more. Ashes on Sunday. Microphone drop. Huh. All right. Which other characters should we feature in this one here? Trev. Flash. Oh, Flash we've done a few times. Oh, I remember using that. Train Johnny Quick's mask speed. I don't have this one upgraded enough yet to increase that. I had a feeling you'd say that, my old friend. I just had a feeling. Mighty Jesse Quick's Racing Wings. That's not bad. And Silver Age Wings. I totally need to start getting this one back up to... Alright, hang on. We will get... I'm not gonna lie, Green Lantern's story in this game was super saddening. Or in other words, very depressing. An emphasis on the word very depressing. Alright. Okay, I'm going to see about... Oh, wait a minute. I need to use the AI one. Alright, combos are good. It can't... There's an... Oh my goodness. There's another Toy Story thing coming out? That's crazy. I figured Toy Story would have been done by now. Okay, AI loadout. As much as I hate this look on Green Lantern. Duty, ability, Mighty Sinestro's Armor of Cunning, or Health. Ability is a good one. Oh, boy. That is just nuts. Yeah, you can use Jon Stewart, or you can change the color up a little bit more. That's why it made sense to not feature so much of the different characters. I mean, it makes sense if you ask me. Alright, let's see if there's something else that we can use first for Jon Stewart. I really, really, really hope we can use something else for his face mask that is different. I really do. Because I did not like that face mask. I mean, because if you ask me, it's just... You're putting in too much hope that somebody else is going to come in and watch the movie. Because if you ask me, having it end where oh, where Woody is, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it yet, but Woody's just hanging out with what's her name? That the lady that owns the sheep. I can't remember her name to save my life right now. But yeah, that was a perfect ending to the game. Sorry, not the game, the movie. Where it's just like, okay, look, Buzz is still able to hang out with the kid that was in the fourth one? Bo Peep, thank you! Bo Peep. I was forgetting it there for a second. Okay. Let's see if we can change. I really, 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 really want to change the face mask. Okay. Where was that one where you could transform gear? Brother Eye Vault. Modify? I think it's Brother Eye Vault. Transform gear. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yes. I like that look better. Oh, God. Looks so much better. Thank you. Ugh. That other look was disgusting. Alright, let's see. 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 Let's Okay. Multiverse. All I hope is Toy Story doesn't try to go all Star Wars, if you know what I mean. Oh, believe me. Oh, believe me. I completely, emphasis on the word completely, agree. I do not want to see another thing similar to that of Star Wars. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to see something like this every like Friday, maybe we just do like a few characters where we try to max out their their leveling up to 30, where we'll just do maybe two or three characters. Let me know in the comment section down below if that is something you want to see. I do happen to, let's see here. Yeah, every Friday we can do this just to discuss things. But yeah, I believe the max that you can level out the character is up to 30. And I totally want to see what her story is when she faces Brainiac. Too bad she's not featured in the main story. And we all know what happened to Nightwing. Sadly. Poor Nightwing. But yeah, I completely agree. I really hope they don't go down the Star Wars path. Dang. Man, this is crazy. Toy Story's coming out with a new movie. We're getting a new Wolverine game. If only we could figure out who's gonna be making some good DC movies. Hey Trev, I got a question for you. Do you think that the symbol on Superman's chest means hope, or is just an S? To be like a symbol of inspiration. Because Superman really is. The reason why I asked this is because if you asked me, I'd say that Superman really was the one that's inspiring hope. It's just his house crest that he wears all the time with the S. That's why I was asking that question, but what do you think about it, Trev? Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, once we're done with the story mission for Green Lantern, I'll end the live stream. But yeah, like I said, overall, highly, highly recommend this game if you want to have a complex story and you're up for a challenge and gameplay and stuff. It's worth it. Plus, if you don't want to do something like that, where you want to play the main story and you just want to focus on doing something else while you're waiting, highly, highly recommend the single player and doing the multiverse, the endless one, and using the AI loadout, so that way your characters level up faster and you don't have to press the buttons as much and worry about wrecking your controller. But that's just me. If hope were to be put into a symbol, I wouldn't choose an S, but it's not fully an S, so it's a different symbol entirely, meaning hope. I mean, I could see it meaning. Like, the reason I brought this up, there was a YouTuber where he was saying that Zack Snyder's Superman didn't really get it. Where he says, like, oh, this isn't an S, it's a symbol of hope. I just figured, I mean, I can completely understand that because it's Superman that's inspiring people to become hopeful of a better day. Because if Superman, I'm going to use the Batman thing here. If Superman ever decided to go just like his Injustice counterpart, or even Superboy Prime, where he decides to go very evil, there is no way he's going to inspire hope. He's going to inspire tyranny. I mean, look, we saw it in the Superman Red Sun, where he took on the American version of Superman, but it was like U.S. Man, or I can't remember what his name was. You probably remember it better than me, Trev. But case in point, Superman was the one that's inspiring people to be hopeful and to look towards having a better future. Because if he was not hopeful, oh my goodness, look at what the damage he'd do if he was in Gotham and he was a supervillain. Of course, we saw in the comics what he was like when he was in Gotham. He said everything was downright depressing and there was no hope there. Hence why Batman is the perfect superhero for Gotham, because he's very similar to the characteristics of what Gotham City's all about. So, that's just me. To me, Green Lantern symbol looks. Oh, Superman symbol looks more like a. Oh, Green Lantern. Huh? Oh. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, yeah, that makes more sense. Because Green Lantern's all about will. Whereas. Hang on. Isn't there actually like a hope symbol core or whatever? I think it's the blue one. Yep, I was right. It's the blue one. But yeah, the green one. Yeah, I can see your point. Green Lantern does look more like a symbol of hope. Yeah, the blue Lantern Corps, that's the symbol of hope, and that's what they're all about. Green is the power of will. White is basically the symbol of all of the Lantern Corps, and only two lanterns or Green Lanterns have used the white Lantern Corps. The first one is actually our boy Hal Jordan here, and the second one is Kyle I forgot what his name was. Kyle something. Hang on. Kyle Kyle Rayner. That's who it was. Kyle Rayner. He was the second one to be able to use the white lantern rings, where he was able to use all of the lantern colors. But yeah, phew. Yeah, the just take out the E and the N in the middle, and it's A-Y. Hang on. Yeah, Ayner. Yeah, you got it most of the way right, Trev. That was another character I wish that the Injustice, sorry, not Injustice. I wish that got to see more of in the Justice League series, or he had his own TV show around that time. Because look, we saw him in the Superman animated series, and that guy had no. There wasn't a lot of explanation about the guy's character. Just that he was a guy that was an artist, and that's it. So it it left you on a cliffhanger where you wanted more, but you didn't know where to get more information. Which, I mean, at the same time, I can understand there's not a lot of info out there about him or certain comics, but you could always do grafting. What I mean by grafting is like pick and choose certain stories and make them your own, and then just mold it into something that's good for a story with the Justice League series, which would have been nice to see. But oh man, that would have been cool to see though. Kyle Rayner, Hal Jordan. The only one I can't stand is Guy Gardner. Oh man, that guy is like one of the worst. Sorry, that guy is one of the worst Green Lanterns. One of the worst. Oh, super annoying. And not really a fan of the haircut either. I mean, if you look at him, he even gets his butt kicked in The Brave and the Bold. What, you want to go a few rounds, Batman? And then Batman just knocks him out. Remember that from Brave and the Bold, Trev? Oh, Kilowog? Dude, Kilowog is definitely awesome. I can't bash on Kilowog. Kilowog is awesome. See, in the Green Lantern movie, Kilowog was a little. What was it? Not a little. He was stubborn, but he helped out with Hal Jordan's training. So I thought that movie. If you see it every once in a while, it's a good movie. But if you see it all the time, does it hold up? No. And it's just that the story could have been written better, and I don't know, story and something else. But yeah, it was missing something. Just to where it was like a little bit of a comedy, but not as much of what we were looking for with Hal Jordan. But yeah, Kilowog is definitely a top tier Green Lantern. But if you want to know who the most powerful Green Lantern is of all time, it's that boy right there. I mean, shoot, even I can't remember which TV show says it, but there. Oh no, it was a movie. It was a movie where it was all about Jon Stewart as Green Lantern. But they said that the greatest Green Lantern ever is Hal Jordan. Just because he had the determination to put in all the effort and all of that. I haven't seen the Green Lantern movie, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, it was it was okay. It wasn't the best. I'll just say that much. Like the Ryan Reynolds movie was okay, and so was the animated movie. I just wish that we had better. If it had more lead up to where Green Lantern was facing against Paradox, who was the leader of the Fear Corps or the Sinestro Corps, that would have made sense. Because I mean, we didn't really see what developed or created Sinestro to be a supervillain and then start to take the Yellow Lantern ring. We just saw him at the end. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it's it's something that could have been It's like, for example, say you're at a meal and you've got the main course and the entree, but what you're really skipping is the details that make the meal great. You know, it's just like eating a bland meal. It's not eating something that's tasting great. For example, for me, it'd be like eating. Sorry, it'd be similar to eating a good steak with potatoes, or yeah, steak, a salad, and what's another good thing? Steak and a salad, I guess, and then some chopped up potatoes. But yeah, where you have it seasoned right, cooked right, and all that stuff. But what they were missing was more details leading up to the event of the Sinestro Court, like I've been saying. But that is something I would have liked to have seen.
The Guardians ordered me to bring Brainiac to Oa to stand trial. I was plenty happy to put a few thousand light years between that alien and Earth. After the trial, the Guardians dropped a bombshell on me. Sinestro was free, busted out of their science cells. A frontal assault on the Sinestro Corps was a no-go. Us Greens were still weak from fighting Superman's regime. That's why I volunteered to go undercover as a Yellow Lantern. To pass, I need to re-embrace my fear. But fear's an addiction. Once I've picked up that bottle, it's gonna be awfully hard putting it back down again. I just hope I have the will to see it through.
But yeah, other than that, there definitely could have been something great with that Green Lantern movie. All right, we completed that. If there's any other characters you guys want to see next week, where we just do some up leveling up for certain characters, let me know in the comment section down below. This is a live stream where we can talk about characters and see what they look like with all their upgrades, color shaders, or colors. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today's live stream. Let me know what you guys thought about the game overall. For me, I'd say it is definitely worth your time and money. If not, let me know why you guys would think that it's not worth your time and money. This is an open discussion. All I ask is that you guys be respectful, no foul language. Keep it family friendly, please. That's all I ask. Other than that, I will catch y'all next time. Next week on Monday, we will go over Batman Arkham Asylum. We'll do something with that. Maybe just starting the intro again. And it will be on the main story level. We'll just do that instead. Simply just because it would make the most sense to start off with the intro and then move our way up. So that way we can see what happens with the story and you guys have something to watch while while I go over the game review and see what is happening with Batman. And it's not just me talking about it, but you guys get to see something too. So that's something that we're going to go over next week. We'll go over after that until we get the Amazing Spider-Man games. We'll just do some more game reviews. The other game review after finishing up the game review for Asylum is City. Then we'll do Night. We'll just do story missions and focus on key gameplay aspects of that. And then have our final verdicts for those games. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend, and I will catch y'all later. Thanks again for everything. Y'all are the best. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this at all. So, much appreciated for making this dream a reality, and we'll move on from there. See y'all.